My husband's brother and his girlfriend asked to crash temporarily in our townhouse for a month. They happily agreed to follow the house rules, but after 2 weeks, I filed a lawsuit against them for $3,462.17. I'm Sophie, 31. My husband is Evan, 33. His younger brother Jake, 28, and Jake's girlfriend Talia, 26, asked to crash temporarily in our townhouse for a month tops, while they sorted things out. The last time I made a decision on a vibe, I bought a lemon of a car and learned what a head gasket is. So this time, I didn't vibe. I made paper. We sat at the kitchen island and I slid a single page across the butcher block, temporary occupancy agreement. Not a lease, an at-will, revocable license. 5 rules, 1 page, plain English. No smoking/vaping anywhere on premises. No additional overnight guests without written OK. No appliances or utilities accounts added or modified without consent. No pets, I have a severe dander allergy. No hazardous storage, propane/solvents, per HOA and AMP, City Code. Under that term, 30 days, deposit, $500 for keys/sanitation, quiet hours, and a simple notice to cure/notice to vacate ladder. I had signature lines for both of them and for us. Jake joked. Talia rolled her eyes. Then they both signed. Evan signed. I signed. I took a photo of the page on the granite with the timestamp. I also texted a copy to the group chat. Welcome. Please reply got it, so it's in writing. 3 bubbles popped. Got it. Got it. Roger. The page went into a binder labeled Guests, 2025. Week 1 was quiet. Week 2 arrived with 2 new variables. A friend of Talia's, Kara, just for a few nights. A dog named Pumpkin, hypoallergenic, spoiler, no. I replied with the screenshot of Rule 2 and Rule 4. Talia sent 3 crying emojis and a voice memo about family. I sent a text, we're happy to help for 30 days under the rules we all signed. Please make other arrangements for Kara and Pumpkin by Friday. Friday came. Kara stayed. Pumpkin shed. Support story, like, subscribe. At 11:20 p.m. that night I smelled cigarettes. I walked into the kitchen. Jake stood by the backslider with a Marlboro and the door cracked 2 inches. I didn't yell. I pointed to Rule 1. He stamped the butt out in the sink garbage disposal, and that's when the ceiling sprinkler head above the stove coughed to life. If you've never heard a residential sprinkler, it's like a fire hose in a church library, 25 gallons a minute of instant regret. Fire department. HOA president with a flashlight. Evan with towels. Jake with apologies. Talia with a hair towel on Pumpkin. Kara filming for insurance. The sprinkler stopped when the valve closed, but sheetrock drinks everything. The next morning an ICRC mitigation crew set up fans and dehumidifiers. The estimate, $8,900 for mitigation and dry out plus whatever the drywall and paint would be. My homeowner's policy covers accidental discharge of sprinklers, unless it's from prohibited activity, smoking inside, that violates HOA rules and my occupancy agreement. Ask me how I know. I read the policy. I emailed our agent and attached the temporary occupancy agreement, photos of the ash in the sink and the stained ceiling, HOA no smoking clause, fire department. Incident card. Agent's reply, we can process, but subrogation may apply to the violator. Keep receipts. Jake's text at noon, it was an accident. My reply, it was an accident we warned about. At 3 p.m., I served a notice to cure, 24 hours per hour agreement. A cure number 1, remove all additional overnight guests, Kara. A cure number 2, remove pet, Pumpkin. A cure number 3, no smoking/vaping on property, anytime. I taped it to the pantry door and texted a PDF to the group, starts now. Ends tomorrow, 3 p.m. Please reply received. 3 dots. Received. I also wrote a calm email to our HOA manager. We had a sprinkler discharge tied to a smoking violation. Repairs are underway. We are enforcing our house rules. Paper is more patient than people. 2 lines mattered that week. HOA, No hazardous storage on patios/garages, propane prohibited. Air insurance. Insured must take reasonable steps to prevent further loss. Why this matters: 2 days after the sprinkler, I found 2 propane cylinders behind a stack of moving totes in the garage. Jake had borrowed them for a weekend cookout. I took photos with the timestamp, sent them to the HOA manager, and asked for guidance. She replied, "Thanks for letting us know, we'll note your proactive compliance." A minute later she forwarded a reminder to all residents, not naming us, about propane rules. The point isn't to tattle. The point is to document that you're not the problem. At day 9, Talia said, "We can help. We brought a portable washer from storage. Hookups are right there." They were not hookups. That was the water heater drain and a condensate line. At 1:14 a.m. the line popped and a sheet of water marched down the hall like a well-organized parade. Our Nest camera recorded sound. Glug 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 no. Mitigation crew, again. Another estimate. My binder grew a new tab, Flood 2, unapproved appliance. I added, Amazon order confirmation for the washer, Kara's account, shipped to my house. Air photos of the cross-threaded faucet adapter. A text of me saying 3 days prior, "Please do not install any appliances." Rule 3. There we got it. I did not scream. I sent a notice to vacate, 48 hours, per agreement, citing uncured violations and new damage. Jake replied, "You wouldn't. Family." I replied with a screenshot of the signature page and the time we all wrote got it. By breakfast, the family group chat had 89 messages. MIL, "Sophie sweetie, surely you're not evicting them." A cousin Jenna, "This is why people hate HOAs." Talia, "We said sorry 10 times. A Jake, "You can't legally kick us out." I wrote one message back, and then I muted, "Please direct all future messages in writing to email. For clarity, this is not a lease. This is a revocable license with violations documented. You were warned in advance in writing on March 28 and April 2. You have 48 hours to vacate. We will store left-behind items for 14 days and then donate." I also scheduled a call with a local attorney, 1-hour paid consult. Her advice: "You did the right thing. Paper, photos, notices. Keep your tone clean. If they refuse to leave, call non-emergency for a civil standby. And file in small claims for your deductible and uninsured costs. You will win on the receipts." Because I'm generous to a fault, I offered a last fork, compliance track, 90 days, 30 days. Move to a short-term rental, I provided 3 links. 60 days, repay our insurance deductible and mitigation overages. 90 days, formal apology to HOA, 1 sentence, proof of renter's insurance at new address. Exit track, 48 hours, a leave. We keep the $500 deposit. We inventory and store anything left for 14 days. We file small claims for the rest. Jake thumb-typed like a woodpecker. "We choose compliance." I answered, "Great. Put it in writing by 5 p.m. and send your move-out address." 5 p.m. slid by. Silence. Exit track it is. At 6 p.m. on day 12 I posted a final notice to vacate, with my attorney's edits, on the inside of their door and emailed the PDF. Evan and I scheduled a civil standby with non-emergency for the next afternoon. They were gone by noon. What they left, the portable washer, we photographed, then moved to the garage for the inventory. 2 totes of clothes. An ashtray in a Tupperware. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. A note: "We thought you were bluffing." I took photos, filled out an inventory by item, and sent an email: "Item stored, window to pickup runs 14 days, dates listed." After that, items will be donated. Then I filed a small claims action for $3,462.17, deductible, mitigation overages, paint, and 2 days of lost wages while we toured contractors. I printed 3 exhibit packs. Small claims isn't TV. It's a tired carpet and a clerk who keeps miracles on a clipboard. Jake and Talia came with Kara. My hands didn't shake because my binder weighed truth. The judge asked me first. I kept to 5 minutes. Exhibit A agreement. 1 page, 5 rules, signatures, group chat got it. Exhibit B, violations, photos, ash, sprinkler stain, propane tanks, washer flood, HOA clause, insurance email. Exhibit C, notices, cure, vacate, final, delivery proofs, text email screenshots. I summarized. They were warned in advance, in writing, multiple times. We mitigated, we notified, we offered a compliance plan, and they chose not to comply. We're seeking actual out-of-pocket losses. The judge turned to Jake. Do you dispute these signatures? Jake, no. Do you dispute the dates? Jake, it wasn't that much water. The judge, that's not a legal standard. Talia tried, we're family. The judge said what judges say when they've seen this movie: family is not a defense to documented damages. 10 minutes later, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount requested, plus filing fees and interest. I didn't frame the judgment. I used it. I sent a polite demand letter, post-judgment, with a 30-day pay window and a payment plan option. Day 31, I filed for wage garnishment on Jake's job after verifying employment, public LinkedIn plus subpoena through the court. Day 45, first payment landed. Paper doesn't gloat. Paper just clears. The white couch that no one liked? Evan listed it for $100 on Marketplace, as is, small water shadow, dog approved. A couple took it with a laugh. The washer? Donated to a non-profit that actually knows hookups. Repairs finished. The ceiling paint matches. Our agent processed the claim and sent a note. Because you enforced your house rules and notified us promptly, subrogation is in progress. HOA sent a 1-line thank you for proactive compliance. Jake's mom texted a month later, I didn't realize how bad it got. I'm sorry I piled on. I wrote back, you're welcome here for Sunday pasta anytime. No smoking. Jake and Talia sent a 3-line email, we picked the wrong hill. Payments will continue until paid. Sorry. I replied with a 1-line receipt and a link to renter's insurance. I put the signed agreement back in the binder and added a post-it on the front, clarity is kindness, especially in advance. Please subscribe. New story every day.